So this is a little further in the book. Let me just give you a little taste of chapter 21. It's called Song Cry. I'm not going to read the whole chapter, but this chapter actually made me think about Jay-Z. The book is a lot of jazz and music, and I write to music. And that song, Song Cry, just was in my head as I was writing this. In less than 24 hours, Warren had driven from D.C. to New York, to the Poconos, and then back to D.C. without more than a few hours' sleep. His big weekend had been a waste of time and more money than he wanted to count. But Erica was the one with the attitude. She slouched against the corner of the apartment elevator, as if it were her plans that went sour. "What's wrong with you?" he asked. "Nothing," she replied flatly. But he knew the tone and went through the motion of asking until she answered. "I just didn't realize that you sat right next to Blanche," she said finally. "We're on the same team. Mighty familiar, preparing your coffee black just like you like it," mocking the woman's accent. Warren shook his head. "Everyone in the department takes turns getting the coffee." "Yeah, maybe. But how come she was the only person I saw up your ass?" She eyed him. As he unlocked the door, he told her she was overreacting as usual. "Am I?" They were standing in the kitchen, and Warren could smell 3 bananas rotting in the basket on the countertop. "We work together. What do you expect me to do?" He reached for a beer. Erica rolled her eyes. "You are way too naive." Her spoiled demeanor pricked at his skin like porcupine quills, but he didn't feel like arguing. All Warren wanted was to drink a beer and zone out with his feet up in front of the tube. But as he claimed his spot on the sofa, it was clear Erica had other plans. She stood, blocking his view, in what he liked to call her war pose. Feet 4 inches apart, fingers stretched across the back of her hips, chest thrust forward, and lips pursed into an upside-down U. "I know her type," she countered. "What the fuck do you want from me?" He picked up the remote control and tossed it across the room as the thick vein in his forehead stretched to the size of an asparagus stalk. "For you to stop being so stupid. First you take the whore to your father's dinner without telling me, and now the bitch is bringing you coffee? Like you two are a damn married couple?" she answered. "Get with the program." "There isn't a program except for the one in your head," he said. "Now move so I can find a Wizards game." Erica didn't budge, and her defiance further annoyed him. "She can't be trusted," she raised her voice. "Fine," Warren said. "I won't trust her. I'll even tell her to stop bringing me coffee if that makes you feel better. Now, move." He stepped closer. "You care more about this stupid game than my feelings," she spat, popping the thin lid holding his anger. Warren didn't plan to hurt her. He just wanted her out of the way. So he grabbed her by the wrist and pulled her away from the television until she was falling backwards into the lazy chair. "Sit down and shut up," he yelled. "Damn, you talk too much." "Don't you put your hands on me." She jumped back up into his face fearlessly. They stood glaring at each other when the telephone rang. That was not good. Love it. It was perfect. They stood glaring at each other when the telephone rang. Warren broke the eye contact and moved to answer it. And before he could say hello, he heard her mumble, "It had better not be Blanche." Warren hoped for all their sakes that it wasn't.